Well, hello there, this is Diamond from Diamond Shine Soap. Guys, I'm excited to see you today. Today we'll be doing a recipe with solid lotion bars. I really like this recipe. It's really cool. You can use solid lotion bars in many areas, your elbows. You can slap it on your lips. There are so many different places. And me, with the little one inside of me, I could just rub it and slap it on my stomach. So, you know, it's just so many different places you can use solid lotion. Unlimited possibilities. Well, anyway, guys, this whole entire recipe and everything that I'm doing today is on the Patreon. The Patreon is $10 a month, guys. So if you don't see it in the description box, you will see the Patreon link in the description box. The recipe won't be there. So this gives you unlimited access 7 days a week, 365 days a year to all of my fabulous candle making and skincare recipes. You can build an entire business off of this Patreon, guys. So go on over there and check it out. I promise you will not be disappointed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So I'm going to give you guys a list of ingredients that you will need to complete this project. You're going to need some arrowroot powder. You're going to need some almond oil. You're going to need these containers if you're going to be using these. I will link these in the Patreon so you guys can be able to purchase them. You're going to need some avocado oil. You're also going to need some hemp seed oil, some coconut oil, and I'm going to be using a little bit of pumpkin seed oil. Just a tiny bit for mine. But you guys can take this recipe, you know, switch up the oils if you want to. For the most part, the best part about this recipe is we're going to be using this arrowroot. You can use colloidal oats. You don't have to use arrowroot powder. The reason why we're using this is because it just helps it to not be so greasy. You know, I don't like when I put something on my body and it's just like, it's just glistening, just too much glistening, and it's just really greasy. And also we're going to be using some beeswax. I forgot to say this, guys, because I know y'all like, all these liquids, where's the solid? Like, come on. So, listen, we're going to be using some beeswax. Big old thing of beeswax, shea butter, cocoa butter. I have mines, they're not in the wafers. I had to cut mines, like, you know, we ain't gonna talk about that, but that's how mines is set up. You know, I don't have those cute little wafers. I gotta go I gotta cut it. So yeah, so those are our solids. Those are our liquids. We're gonna go ahead and get all of this melted down, and guys, we are gonna have a good time. Alright, we're on our heat source, and everything on here is nice and warm where I can just go and start melting down my butters and my oils. Now, I definitely like the double boil because it keeps the properties of the shea butter or whatever you're using. If you put it in the microwave, you just really destroy all the properties. It's kind of like steaming broccoli versus frying broccoli. You know, steaming is much better. So I'm going to go ahead and add my shea butter and my beeswax to this bowl along with my coconut oil. So I'm just going to go ahead and add all of that together. Okay. And I guess I'm going to need me a nice little spatula just to make sure I get everything out, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and make sure I get everything. Okay, so in this bowl I have a combination of hemp seed oil, almond oil, and avocado oil. I'm going to go ahead and add this to this bowl as well. So we have all of our hard butters in here, and we have our liquids. So we're going to go ahead and let this melt all the way down, and we're going to come right back. So as you can see, we got our butters all melted down, our butters and our liquids. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our arrowroot powder. Now when it comes down to the arrowroot powder, this is a very important part of this recipe. If you don't want a hot greasy mess, then you need to go ahead and add you some arrowroot powder. Okay, so we're not going to be using that much of it, so we're just going to go ahead and put that in there. Okay, so you want to make sure you're just stirring it to get rid of all the little chunks that you see. So just take your time and just work it in. You got to stir this way and that way. You know, whatever you do, just make sure you get it fully combined. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and transfer to this container so I can make sure that it's fully combined. I want to be able to see it a little better. Okay. All right. And it's good to put it in here so you can be able to pour it a little easier too. So I'm just stirring it up. Okay, and when you notice that there's no more arrowroot, those little white spots are fully dissolved, then you know you are in a good place. And right now I am in a very good place. Okay, so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to grab my scale and I'm going to go ahead and put some fragrance in here. Now I chose coconut butter as my fragrance because I wanted to keep it as natural as possible, like as far as the smells is concerned. You know, people love lavenders, peppermints, coconut butters, coconut cashmere, stuff like that. People are really in love with. So I'm going to go ahead and add some fragrance to this. Okay. So now I'm going to have to go ahead and stir it up again. And now that you have stirred it up and got everything all fully combined, because you want to take your time and make sure everything mixes in. Now you notice it's starting to cool down because you're starting to see like the sides of it getting hard around the sides. So that means that it's just, you know, it's cooling down a little bit. And that's fine, okay? As long as it's still pourable. If you notice that it gets clumpy or it just, you know, gets hard too fast, just go ahead and just heat it up just a little bit just to get it back liquid. And then you can go from there. Okay, so now I have my fragrance oil all mixed in and it smells amazing. It smells so good. It smells like coconut butter. Really smell like cake to me. You know, it smells like coconut butter, but it really smells like cake. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this over to the side, and I'm gonna grab my little containers. I got a little piece of lavender in here, like a lavender bud from my cocoa butter. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just pop open my little containers and start pouring, okay? Okay, and when you're going to go pour, you want to make sure that your oils are not really hot going into this plastic. And I'm sure, you know, with double boiling, it's not hot at all, because I can stick my finger in here and it don't, you know, burn me. It's just warm. It's not hot. Okay, so let's go ahead and start pouring into our containers. This is the fun part. And I'm pouring right up into those twist lines. If you guys purchase these, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like right at those twist lines is where I'm stopping. You definitely don't want to overfill. You don't want to pour it too much in there. Okay, so I got all 6 filled and I have a little tiny bit left over, which is what I expected. I said I was going to have a little left over. That's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and let these solidify, and I'm going to put some labels on them, and you guys will see them after they are complete and finished. Guys, if you watch this video and you sat here all this lovely time, go ahead and give me a thumb up. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys again for the next one.